really targeting those front deltoids. Again, you can see this from the back side, and it's kind of a cool shot in those mirrors. You're gonna raise across the body, targeting that front delt. This one's gonna be a little bit uncommon. Get the most bang for your buck, as I've said 1,357 times. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to another Workout Wednesday. Today we have 5 exercises, maybe a little bit uncommon exercises for you to do at home, to do in the gym, wherever you might, with only dumbbells. So we're gonna target our shoulders, we're gonna target our core. There's gonna be some different kind of techniques in there just to target the 3 different deltoids. So you have your front deltoid, your medial deltoid, and your rear deltoid. So you hear people talk about the delts. Well, again, that's the rear delt. The middle little slab of meat is the medial, and then this little front portion is the anterior. Now, most of the exercises that you probably normally do are gonna be anterior focus, which is the front deltoid. So today I wanna work through 5 different exercises that are not only gonna help you build your shoulders, but build the kind of 3-dimensional look of that shoulder. A lot of people like that V look of the shoulder, so we're gonna target all 3 heads. Make sure you get the most bang for your buck. Again, there's gonna be some different kind of techniques in here with the seated positions, the tall kneeling positions, the high plank positions to really target your core as well, because when it comes to shoulders, you wanna be able to stabilize the trunk and create strength through it, especially with overhead movements. A lot of times when we're doing overhead movements, especially as we get older, we tend to lose our lower back. So you'll see people doing overhead presses like this. Well, when you can't engage your core, boom, I know it looks funny, but that's helping you stabilize the core as well. So really pay attention to what I'm saying throughout the voiceover. I'll be up there in your little screen, talking you through each exercise, kind of telling you where to feel it, how to feel it, and hoping you get the most bang for your buck, like I said. So without further ado, don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're the first one to see my videos when they are published. You get notified, and that's enough talking. Let's jump into it. So right here with our first exercise, we're gonna be in that tall kneeling position that I was talking about. You're just gonna be on all 4s. Bring those toes close into you. As you can see, I am on my toes. We're gonna go an underhand supinated overhead press. So again, we're keeping the core tight, keeping those glutes squeezed, just keeping those palms facing towards you, pressing up overhead. Try to keep the dumbbells as close together as possible. Really targeting those front deltoids. Again, you can see this from the back side, and it's kind of a cool shot in those mirrors, but just kind of giving you a range of motion, keeping it close. Start light, especially with these overhead movements before we move into the next one. It's great. You might feel it a little bit in your upper chest as well. So catch your breath, get down on the ground. Right here, we're gonna go a seated alternating strict press. So that seated position, as you can tell, the core is completely engaged. You're completely removing your lower half out of this movement. So we're gonna start with our palms facing away from us, keeping that press all the way through. And the key here is not to lean back too much and kind of keep that perpendicular, I guess I should say, positioning to the ground. And you're just alternating each press overhead all the way up. Really get the full range of motion here. You're gonna feel your core just as much as those front deltoids again. Now catch your breath. This one's gonna be a little bit uncommon, a little bit untraditional. We're gonna be in a high plank position. We're doing a rear delt raise. Wow, those veins are going crazy. If you need a map to get to Europe, I found one. All right, that was a little much. So we're gonna have our hands underneath our shoulders right here, just to really keep that trunk stability, that core strength, keeping those hips as square to the ground as possible. And you're just taking that pinky basically to the ceiling. Really keep a slightly bent elbow. And here, this is kind of an awkward, weird angle, but you see that rear delt working, just that little bulge in the back of my shoulder above my armpit, because obviously that's where your shoulder is. But again, keep the core tight. We'll move into our next exercise. This is gonna be an isometric lateral raise. Again, with any kind of raise, keeping that elbow slightly bent is really gonna be your beneficial talking point. It's gonna help relieve a little bit of pain and tightness that you feel in your shoulder if you do these with a straight arm. So we're just holding at the top, go super, super, super light on these to start. You're gonna hold on one end, keeping that time under tension as you lift with the other, and you're just alternating each rep. Again, time under tension right here is the key. It's the biggest factor in trying to build muscle mass, trying to define whatever your goals are. That time under tension is really gonna be beneficial for you. So you've seen me do these with biceps, holding them at the supinated position at 90 degrees. It's the same idea, really keeping that that time under tension, the burn, for lack of a better way to put it. So now that we've had 3,000 minutes of that exercise for you to see, we'll go into a standing alternated front raise. Again, even though it's a front raise, which tends to be a little bit easier, you're gonna notice a slight bend in that elbow. You're gonna be able to go heavier on these, but right here, what I want you to really notice is keeping that thumb up position, that neutral hand position. You're gonna raise across the body, targeting that front delt, anterior deltoid, and maybe even a little bit of your upper chest. It's a great exercise all around for your full shoulders. Keep that core tight. Get the most bang for your buck, as I've said 1,357 times. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you. 5 different exercises. Again, we work through different kinds of techniques, especially with the seated, the high plank, and the tall kneeling. Really working to engage that core and get the most effectiveness out of your shoulders, really target that 3-dimensional look, as well as stability, strength, and mobility. Well, not really mobility, but because the more the stability right here with the high plank, that's just stability through the core and the shoulder girdle. But again, just talking too much. Hopefully you took something away. You were able to maybe learn something about maybe even the lateral raises, right? Like a lot of people like to lead with their wrists. Well, let's lead with our elbows, take a little pressure off the shoulders. You heard me talking throughout the voiceover. So with that said, I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this where I'm explaining through different exercises that I like to use per body part, and I'll be happy to do them. I love doing that kind of stuff because it helps not only understand the movements, but helps you able to program them as well. So if you want to see more programs, go to my app at www.nickwalkerfitness.app. I've got tons of programs, my own programs, at-home programs, nutrition, yada, yada, yada. I'm done selling you. That's enough. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and the bell icon, and I will see you tomorrow for a podcast and Sunday on a vlog. I appreciate you. Have an awesome freaking day, and don't forget to smile.